Session of Footies the podcast. 1 2 1 2. The garbage. Shitty. Test 1 2. Let's do it, man. Live from the skill suite. Yeah. Word. Ready? Yo, welcome back to another dope session of Footies the podcast. I'm the host, the garbage Shitty, coming at you live from the skill suite. Or maybe not so live. Coming at you, man. I almost forgot what was next. Yo, let's put one in the air for Hoodies the podcast. I ain't forget that. Well, let's get right on into this thing, man. Real quick, kind of rusty. Shout out to you if you got a born day today. Take that in, man. Take that in. I don't care if you've been here a while or you fresh out the womb. I salute you. New life, more life. Take that in. Word. You should. This is your day. Take that in, man. Word. And I'm thinking about taking this out of, the show or whatever. But until I do, I just once again, as always, want to give out my condolences to anyone who may be watching this. Anybody out there who's lost a loved one today, or just recently. Maybe this loved one has been transitioned a while ago, and it still feels like today or yesterday or whatever. My heart goes out to you. My condolences, and I'm almost certain that you'll make it through. And if that loss is so severe, so tragic, that you no longer want to be here, then from your phone, dial 988. You know what I'm saying? Whoever picks up that phone will surely enough guide you to where you need to go so that you can get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? I wish you all the best. Sorry again for your loss. And you make that call, congratulations, man. Word. All right, so moving along, right? Listen, man. I've been doing something a little new. Well, something new. Got me a trainer. Got a personal trainer. Listen, getting a personal trainer. I've heard people, with personal trainers throughout the years. My personal trainer, whoop-de-whoop. And just like pet owners, pet lovers, or whatever. Before I had a dog, and had, past tense, long story. No, I'm not getting into it. But before I had a dog, well, puppy, then whatever. I didn't really get it. Now, granted, I love animals. And I'm juicy. A little under the weather. This don't happen often, but I'm a little juicy, so you can hear it. Anyway, so I would hear about people loving their dogs, and of course I love animals. That's not the case, but I just really didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't get people's obsession with their dogs. Like, sure, I love animals, but damn, that's a bit much until I had a dog. Right? And when I had a dog, that made the difference. It's like, I understand it now. I understand it. Right? So I had that moment again when I got a personal trainer. And fam, listen, man, I get it now. Dead ass. I understand it. Listen, there's a very big difference in going to the gym and working out. And listen, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Like, you get on the machine, you push the joint out, and then it's for your chest, and then your arms, your shoulders, and your arms, and so on and so forth. And you do the ab machine and all that. But having a personal trainer is a more intentional workout. Is what I'm, starting to see. Instead of just going in the gym, doing a bunch of sweating and I mean, it's just more to it than, hitting the treadmill or hitting the heavy bag. It's more to this thing. It's intentional, because I don't want to be big, muscles, out of, I mean? I don't need all of that. I just want to keep my core strong, or in this case, strengthen my core, because I thought I was strengthening it before and I wasn't doing shit. Understand? Now I'm strengthening my core. I want to tone up what I have. And man. So it turns out this young brother, I cut his hair before some years ago. He's cool with another family. I'm their family barber. So small world. But this young brother worked me out, man. Pause. This young brother worked me out. I haven't had a workout to where I was like, oh shit, since boot camp. I speak on boot camp often. because that was one of the first major decisions I've ever made in terms of my future, my life. As a young man. So a lot of things happened at boot camp, both mentally, physically, the whole nine. So I haven't had a workout this strenuous, this tough since boot camp, and it was tough going into boot camp because prior to that, I wasn't really working out at all. Other than the occasional push-ups here and there, other than the occasional wrestling with, one of the bros or whatever. Other than that, there was no working out. So when I went to boot camp, nigga, I was crazy. So, but now having a personal trainer, now from this day forward, all my workouts are more intentional. And I just feel like I'm getting more bang for my buck, and it's worth every penny, man. Worth every freaking penny, man. Shout out to the kid. What's his name? Shaiwan. Yeah, I'm gonna plug him. Young brother. He's good at what he does. He's good at motivating you. He's good at bringing out the dog in you, so you can, push up 3 more reps or whatever, or, pull up 3 more. He's a good brother. It's pretty good, man. As you can tell, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I feel good. My legs are still noodles. Arms are tight. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, this, right? So, and I would encourage anybody, if you can afford it, not that I'm rich, I ain't nowhere near that, but if you can afford a couple dollars to get you a trainer, I highly recommend it. Deadass. I highly recommend it. And like I said, and once you do it, then you too will be like, I understand it now. I understand it. Word. So I ain't gonna keep y'all too long, but real quick, hold on, real quick. I already wished everybody happy Born Day. Acknowledge possible tragic loss of a loved one. But what I didn't ask was how you feeling right now? How y'all doing, man? Where how's your mental? How's your spirit? How you doing? Y'all, what's the point in asking that? You already know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say there's only 3 options: make it, or make it. But I also want to salute everybody who may be going through a thing. If you're going through something nobody else knows about, and yet every day you're still showing up, man. Once again, I salute you, dead ass. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into this. Yeah, I think I've talked enough. Let's move. All right, let's go. Yeah. Word. So once again, welcome back to the show, man. Welcome back to Hoodies the Podcast. Listen, today I want to keep it simple, right? I want to keep it simple, simple but powerful, right? Listen, life is noisy, right? It's distracting, and if we're not careful, we can spend our days running around in circles. You know what I'm saying? We could spend our days running around in circles, being busy, but not really making no type of progress. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of us get caught up in that. Just being busy and not really making progress in our personal life. We're not really advancing on the job, but we just busy, distracted, right? So here's the truth. Well, what I believe is the truth, because there are many truths out here, right? Success, peace, and even happiness, right? They all come down to keeping the main thing the main thing. This, you might think this is like similar to one's One True North, which didn't do very well. Not that most of these episodes do, but that really didn't do very well. But this is different from your one True North. Keeping the main thing the main thing. Word. Here's why the main thing matters. Here's why keeping the main thing matters, right? And listen, I've seen it in my own life. Dead ass. Times when I thought I was doing everything right. I thought I was hitting the gym. I thought I was working on my core. I thought I was working on my chest, my shoulders, my legs, my calves, the whole nine, until the trainer was like, Do this right here. Do that right there. Pause. And do the, you know what I mean? Now I see for real, that I was, I won't say spinning my wheels, but I was doing a whole lot of pumping and sweating and not necessarily getting the results that I was looking for. And I feel as though now, from let's see, last Monday and moving forward, I feel like now I'll be able to achieve that, right? So apparently I wasn't doing it right. A lot of times we think we are. We think we're checking the boxes, we grinding, but in reality, like I said about working out, but even in life sometimes, in reality, we think we're doing everything right, but in reality, we're not really moving forward. Let's just call it what it is. And why? Because I'm of the belief that that's because we lose sight of the main thing. We lose sight of a core priority. I'm 51, and sometimes I still have to chill, take a moment and think. Or someone who cares about me will pull my coattails like, yo, when was the last time you, word, do you still, you see what I'm saying? So sometimes even I, you know what I mean? All of us can just lose sight of like that core priority, right? So here's the thing. When everything is a priority, think about that. When everything is a priority, nothing's the priority, right? Nothing is a priority if everything is. And the cost of losing focus, you know what I mean? See, when everything's a priority, you end up spreading yourself thin. There are people, there's people running around here like a chicken with their head cut off. Taking care of this, taking care of that one, this one, that one. Spreading themselves thin. Spreading themselves super thin. And the thing is, when everything is a priority, when you spread yourself thin, you never have the opportunity to master what matters most. You know what I'm saying? You never have a chance to hone in on that main thing, that core priority. Does that make sense, man? So a little more about distractions. Distractions, listen, man. Distractions can be sneaky. Distractions can be real crafty. Because distractions oftentimes can look urgent. You know what I mean? Yeah, they can look urgent. But urgent doesn't always mean important. You know what I'm saying? It may be some urgent bullshit. Yo, you hear about whoop-de-whoop? Did you? That shit ain't important. It's urgent. Because it's probably trending or something. But it ain't important. Think about it, right? Think about it. Just take a moment. Take a moment. Think about it. You at work. You spend hours on emails. But not on a project that'll actually move us forward. You know, I'm talking about at work. Even in relationships, Even in relationships. And I know my eyes look mad crazy. I hate being sick. If you want to call it sick. Even in relationships. We argue about small shit. Small things. Dumb shit sometimes. You know? But oftentimes we can forget to be nurturing. Oftentimes we can fuck around and forget to love. We can sometimes forget about respect. We can sometimes forget about communication. Oftentimes a man, instead of focusing on the main thing, sometimes we can get caught up on some stupid shit. You know? Probably not loving on our woman like we should. You know? We probably not keeping her interest level up. You know? Because we focus on, we spread so thin, we worrying about some other shit. And sometimes same thing with women. A woman can sometimes come out her mouth sideways toward her dude. Which is disrespectful. I get it. Us men, we're supposed to lead. You know what I mean? Doesn't necessarily mean we got all the answers, though. But I'm of the belief, you take your eye off the main thing, everything else tends to suffer. You know, in whatever area. You take your eye off the main thing in the workplace, It'll reflect in your evaluations. You know what I'm saying? You neglect the main thing in a romantic relationship, you already know what it is. Separation, breakups, you lose connection. Sometimes time can go by. Sometimes so much time can go by that you lose the connection for good. You can lose it for good. You know what I'm saying? In our personal life, in our personal lives, right? I was talking about trends. In our personal lives, we chase trends. Let's call it what it is. You know, sometimes those trends, like I said, is what's considered urgent, but it ain't important. You know what I'm saying? Um, we can become so focused on the trends that we skip discipline. We skip the discipline that builds real growth. You know what I mean? Because we're focused on everything else. You know what I'm saying? We lose sight of our diet. Speaking of diet, that's another thing. As per my trainer, I have to up my carbs. I gotta up the amount of times I eat. So I've been advised to probably eat smaller portions, but more frequently throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Increase my protein intake. And some other shit. I don't have the paper with me right now, but it's an experience, man. It's an experience. So real quick before we move on, real quick, ask yourself, what distractions are pulling me away from my main thing? You know what I'm saying? What's distracting you from your main thing? It's a safe space here. All right, how about this? What if you don't even know what your main thing is? That's real. That's what's up. I get it. I get it. So here's another question for you. If you don't mind, baby, can I just y'all remember that record? What was that? Lose Control. Last night we had an argument. You told me you love me. Damn, I forgot the words. But anyway, that's what was just in my mind. But anyway, here's the question. Here's the question. If you could succeed at one thing this year, what would that thing be? Repeat the question. If you could succeed at one thing this year, what would it be? Okay? Or try this. What do you want people to remember about you, say, 10 years from now? If you watching this, I'm just asking you a bunch of questions that I oftentimes ask myself. You know what I mean? When you move into your latter years, you know what I'm saying? You start thinking about stuff like that. What do you want people to remember about you 10 years from now? Right? And then here's one more thing. This is probably the simplest one. Okay, which habit, which commitment, if you protect it, right? Which habit, which commitment, if you protect it, makes everything else easier? Only you know what that is. Well, maybe you didn't. Now it's time to think about it. What habit, what commitment that if you protected it, it would make everything easier? I know nobody asked me, but can I? Sure. All right. Me, one habit that tends to keep me on my square when I veer off is, I bet y'all know. I bet you know. Talk about it all the time. Meditating, man. When I meditate, yeah, that seems to center me. You know, I had fell off for a minute, but then once I got back on it, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Yeah, that's what. Now I protect that because that makes everything easier for me. For me. Listen, you may meditate and that might not necessarily be what works for you. I can't speak to that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. However, that's what helps me focus. That's what helps to keep me focused on my main thing. You know what I mean? So think about yours. So let's run through that again. All right. The question: if you could succeed at one thing this year, what would it be? That's one. Or you can try this. What do you want to be remembered as, or remembered for 10 years from now? You know what I'm saying? And which habit or commitment, if you protect it, will make everything else easier in your life. Maybe work life, romantic life, personal life, whatever. Just make everything easier. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Only you know that. Think about that though. Word. So once you once you establish your main thing, right? Once you found your main thing, right? Then you got to protect it. You got to protect that main thing. Once you've defined it, the real challenge is protecting it. You know what I'm saying? That means now you got to move with a filter for your choices. You know what I mean? What's the filter, right? That's what you're asking. The filter is, if it doesn't align, how can I put this into words? If it doesn't align with your core priority, if it doesn't align with your main thing, it's an easy no. Easy. If it does not align with your main thing, with your core priority, I can't fuck with it. Easier said than done. I'm that ain't lost on me neither. If if it don't align, that's an easy no. Fuck out of here. I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if you have to create a daily ritual, which I don't know, nobody's asked me. If you have to create a daily ritual, maybe a routine, some quiet time, maybe exercise, you know what I'm saying? Something that keeps you centered on the main thing. And for myself, it's meditation. And as of late, I'm back in the gym. I have been living off push-ups since January. Long story. Not getting into that neither. But all you need to know is I'm back on my square. So I'm up mad early in the mornings. My alarm going off 5 something. You know what I mean? I'm going in. I'm busting ass. And then I top it all off with some meditation, man. I'm not saying doing that just poof, everything's better. It don't work like that. But it's a great start. Find your main thing, then protect it. And if need be, develop a ritual in the morning that helps to keep you on your square, that helps to keep you centered. This ain't a joke, man. You know what I'm saying? You either handle life, you either handle life or handle you, like deal with you, or life will deal with you. The world will deal with you. Other people who know you ain't centered will deal with you. I think you'd rather deal with yourself more than other people. Because other people will notice how you aren't tapped in, how you aren't dialed in. That's how people get scammed and all kinds of shit. Keep the main thing the main thing. You know what I'm saying? And see, when you create like a daily routine or ritual, morning ritual, something like that. I know some religious folk is acting mad funny right now. He said ritual. It's a ritual. And I'm going to go ahead and let y'all do what you want to do with that. Because if that's what you're saying, then you're not really listening to me anyway. This probably ain't for you. Maybe I can catch you on the next one. Basically, what I'm saying is, by asking all the questions that I asked and all that, I guess what I'm saying is, talking to myself too, we got to show some accountability. You know what I mean? We got to take some accountability. Or on top of all those things, so ain't no or. I'll just say, in addition to those things, it's also good to keep some good people around you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we need people around us to remind us of who we are. Right? And to remind us of what we said was important to us. So if you around people whom you've told these people what's important to you, and these people see you deviating from that off your square, and don't know, and they don't say nothing to you, those ain't your fucking friends, fam. Those are not your friends. You know what I mean? Or let's just say you may want to reevaluate that relationship. All right, so let me because I don't want to beat a dead horse. I think I made my point. Y'all smart. I made my point. So let me go ahead and just leave you with this, right? And then we can talk about something else. I'm gonna leave you with this. This ain't rocket science. The main thing is simple. That ass. It's simple. It's not always easy, but if you protect it, it protects you. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it keeps you moving in the right direction. It keeps you moving in the direction you're trying to go. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's almost like having a trainer. Now, granted, the trainer's being paid, but they're paid to do a specific job. You know what I mean? And that job is to keep you on your square. It's to keep you disciplined so that you can go as far as you need to go, as far as toning up and getting your core straight. One more thing. Also learn that core isn't just this. Core is all of this. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Man, whole new world is opening up. Dead ass, man. I should have did this years ago. After this episode, take 5 minutes. Just five minutes. Okay? Ask yourself, what is my main thing? What is my main thing? Then commit to it. Okay? Ask yourself, what is my main thing? Then commit to it. Don't let the noise pull you away. You know what I'm saying? That shit you think is urgent ain't urgent. It's not. It's just some bullshit. It ain't urgent. Keep the main thing the main thing. Word. So, man, it's been a while since the Crawford Canelo fight, right? Hey, check it. So one of my clients, her and her husband went to Vegas to well, I don't know if they went to Vegas, but I don't know if it was specifically to see that fight. But she did mention that they were going to see the fight while they were there. So them knowing that I'm a big boxing fan, they went and got me a T-shirt from the venue. Just matter of fact, just got it yesterday. In like a magazine, and then like the I guess you know when you go into, I don't know, like I don't know, say you go to a place where you watch different people speak, they give you a program of all the people, the keynote speakers, and so she gave me that, with all the prelims, the main card and all this, the undercards, and damn it, excuse me, y'all, damn it. Probably knocked all off center here. But anyway. So yeah, that was pretty thoughtful. But anyway, speaking of fight, what'd y'all think about it? What'd y'all think of the fight? I, for one, well, I'm gonna keep it funky though. When I first heard of the Canelo Crawford fight, I was thinking, okay, Crawford is a bad motherfucker. Oh yeah, he's bad. But I was thinking, Canelo is tried and true. I don't know. If he beat him, I gotta see it. But as time went on, I started to think, you know what? I think Terrence Crawford, I think he can take this. I think he has what it takes to win this fight. And he went in there convincingly, put belt to ass. But shout out to Canelo Alvarez. That's a bad Mexican, man. He's a Hall of Famer, no doubt. And but Terrence Crawford was the better fighter. Hey, and listen, Canelo Alvarez got a decent bag from that fight, as he should. He's been whooping ass for years. But shout out to Terrence Crawford on such a great win. He's got 3 different belts in 3 different weight classes. Salute to you, job well done. Thank you for an amazing fight though too. And I think this guy, his name is Turkey. You know, the guy from I think Saudi Arabia. They call him His Excellency. Listen, I think he's gonna end up changing the face of boxing. And I don't know if changing is the right word. What I'm hoping is that see, because apparently this man got dough. Apparently he got money. And see, we just may start to see once again the best fighting the best again. Because I don't think we're seeing that anymore. I think people are ducking and dodging. You know what I mean? But great fight. Even the undercards were great. Great fight. Everybody complained it was too late. That's what time fucking when the pay-per-view fights would come on. That's how late. Well, it was probably a couple minutes later, but it wasn't that bad. But anyway, about this His Excellency. Because if you notice, the fight was on Netflix. And I was wondering how they able to do that. And in between rounds, you saw those commercials and it hit me. They're getting like ad revenue, ad sharing, or whatever it's called. That's how they're able to pull that off. But see, this guy is gonna make it to where there is no more pay-per-view. If you notice, a lot of fights are starting to come on Netflix now. That I think the first one was the Tyson. I think it was Logan Paul, Jake Paul, one of the Paul brothers. That was on Netflix. That was a spectacle, but it was on Netflix. Dope undercard. That main undercard before the main event. Psh. And I believe those two ladies fought again on Netflix, and now there's another one getting ready to pop off in November. The one I really can't stand. That's the one with Gervonta Tank Davis, and he's fighting Jake Paul. So, and I'm going to keep it funky, man. I get it. We're all human. We all make our decisions based on whatever. Right? But so now they're doing a press run for this fight, which is popping off, in November. And Jake Paul, I got to give it to the white boy. Call him a YouTuber. Call him what you want to call him. Say he's not a real boxer. I haven't seen him fight a real boxer. So, unless that boxer is like years removed from fighting. But I don't want to say he's good. He's good. He gets up there, he starts talking shit because he knows what he needs to do to promote the fight. Tank, on the other hand, on the other end, is mad frustrated and taking this shit serious. Nigga, then what'd he say? He said something. Somebody asked him something about fighting Lamont Roach or something. Well, maybe they did. Or maybe they didn't. But I remember his response was like, why don't you boxer fans just enjoy boxing and sit down? Or something to that effect. Right? And listening to that pissed me off a little bit. That pissed me off a little bit. First of all, the reason why people are talking shit about this fight is because they're boxing fans. Because I'm a boxing fan and because I enjoy boxing, I want to see the best fight the best. Tank, man, you had a fight right there on the table and a contract with Lamont Roach already, from what I'm hearing from his camp, unless they lying. You had a signed contract already, so at some point you're gonna have to fight him. And if not, I'm sure they got their way of, I guess the boxing commission, whoever handles that, I guess they'll handle you in that situation accordingly. But that's the reason why people got folk to say. And then he went on to say, see, y'all just want to see me lose. Ooh. See, that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. For people to say that we want to see you take the rematch with Lamont Roach, and your response to that is just enjoy the fight and y'all just want to see me lose. Ooh, remember I said last episode, I know it's been a minute, remember when I said that nigga scared? I think that's exactly what it is. He feel like he's gonna lose. And listen, someone at this same press run, said to him, well, as the face of boxing, boo, 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 boo. Tank cut him off. He cut him off, and he is quoted in saying, I'm not the face of boxing. I'm just somebody that boxes. Now, That kind of talk, nah, nah. Shout out to Terrence Crawford. Shout out to Terrence Crawford for just whooping ass and shutting the fuck up. Javante, well, I never claimed that he was the smartest guy in the world, but personally, I would feel a whole lot better about this thing if he just said, you know what, I'm taking this shit because of the, and then I'm gonna get to Lamont Roach after, or something. So, knowing me, I'm gonna watch it. I can't help it. I'm a boxing fan. I'm gonna watch that shit, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. But anyway, that's about all I gotta say about that. But good, good. I'm glad he doesn't consider himself the face of boxing, because that's not. I'm of the belief that that's not what the face of boxing does. You know what I mean? You could have fought Lamont and then went to do. Listen, I'm just a boxing fan. I'm just merely a boxing fan who wants to see some good fights. Word. So we're not gonna get that. I think that's it as far as sports news. I think that's it, man. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. This one is short. The GOAT, Floyd Mayweather. And Roy Jones Jr., I love you, dude. You're a boxing Hall of Famer. You're my guy. I think you stayed in the game a little too long. But okay. Regardless, as far as I'm concerned, Floyd is the GOAT. Floyd is the GOAT. But anyway, why do I bring up Floyd? Because Floyd Mayweather has revealed that he has been in talks to return to professional boxing. I don't have a video right now. Y'all probably already seen it. Floyd Mayweather has talked about perhaps in 2026 that he will be returning to the ring. Because y'all already know that Manny Pacquiao is back active again. Right? He came back, he fought, and it was a draw. Right? I don't know. Maybe he's going to come back and fight Manny. Because I want to so bad say, I want to so bad say, nah, Floyd, don't do this. Stay retired. I get it. You're rich, you're wealthy, and you're bored. Right? But if it's for Manny Pacquiao, I'll watch that. Speaking of Floyd, he also has an exhibition coming up with Mike Tyson. Now that's trash. That's trash. See, these welterweights fighting heavyweights. I'ma watch it. I can't help it. I'm a fight fan, but nah, that ain't it. But I would love to see Floyd come back and fight Manny. I would love to see that. Floyd probably saw the money that His Excellency is throwing around and thought, you know what? I think I might want to get some of that. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's already wealthy. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's purely for the sport. I don't even know. I don't even care. I'd rather listen, if the fight with Tank and Jake got canceled, I wouldn't be mad. If the exhibition fight got canceled between Floyd and Mike, I wouldn't be mad. But if Floyd said he was coming back to fight Manny Pacquiao, oh yeah, that's a must see. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all I gotta say about that. Word. Alright, man, before I get out of here, once again, I want to thank y'all for watching. Thank you for listening to me babble. Listen, man, I know the last episode, even though it's been a hot little minute, the last episode, I said that I wasn't going to come back unless I changed things up and was going to try to go live and things like that and try to get other people, and to no avail. And it's not that people don't want to do it. It's just the times conflict. The times conflict. So I can't. You know what I mean? Okay, nose starting to run. Oh, man. Oh, man. Till I'm done. But anyway, but yeah, man. So, so this is just what it is until I figure something out. until I figure something out. And as far as going live, I need a certain amount of followers in order to make that happen. So I'm not quite there. So listen, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and tell them all to subscribe. You know what I mean? Tell them all to subscribe. You know what I mean? Tell them all to like, comment, and share and all that good stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I will not lose. Dead ass. So trying to think. That's about all I got, man. Again, as I always say, as I've said in the intro, shout out to everybody who once again is going through a thing that nobody else knows about, and they're just dealing with it. You know, shout out to everybody who's created boundaries, right? And the boundaries, at one point in time, you felt lonely. You felt maybe a hint of guilt. And now you're in a much better place. You know what I mean? You made boundaries toward people. You made boundaries, with people who were habitual line steppers. And if you set boundaries, toward even some family members, and you felt the ways that now you feel kind of good about it, it's called growth. You're settling in to this new way of thinking. You know what I mean? That's growth, man. So congrats to everybody who's set the boundaries. You know what I mean? A shout out to everybody who keeps it together when they ain't all together on the inside. It's not easy, man. This thing called life, ain't no manual for it. You know what I mean? There's many, schools of thought. There's many, everybody's, I don't know. There's all kinds of shit, that people say. And they say you do this will make life better. If you do that, this will make life better. This will improve whatever. But this thing ain't easy. Even with all that, it still ain't easy. There's emotions. There's all kinds of shit that hinder us. And then sometimes we just pussy. Sometimes we know the decisions we're supposed to make, and we just, out of guilt, maybe shame, we don't make those decisions. And then for whatever reasons, we don't make those decisions, and then they get made for us. Ultimately, that was the decision, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But anyway, I'm starting to babble. I'm just rambling right now. But yeah, man, thank y'all for watching. I'm the God Rashidi. This is Hoodies, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay up. Till next time. This has been real. This has been real. Till next time, man. I'm the God Rashidi. This is Hoodies the podcast. Sorry. And I'm done. I'm trying to prolong it, but I'm done. Peace, y'all. Hey. This is Hoodies.